Sunshine Realms. My name is Sunshine. So I've been guided to do an Aquarius reading. So for all the Aquarians out there, this is for you. This is for you. All the Aquarians, whether you have it in your sun, moon, or rising, it could be anywhere in your chart. If it's highly aspected like it is in my chart, I have a Venus in Aquarius and I am a sun sign Aquarius. So let's tap in. Let's see what's going on. Page of Swords. Tupac. All eyes on me, honey. Five of Cups. Ugh, even worse. So someone has their eyes on you, but that's the only thing that they have on you are their eyes. Phones, devices, photos, whatever that is, but they're here and they're all over you. But this is a virtual view. That's what I just heard. Aquarians who have a virtual view, you're either paying attention to someone virtually or someone virtually is paying attention to you. Five of Wands. They feel like they're in some sort of race. I get this feeling when the Five of Wands came out, it gave me the feeling that they might be in a hurry. Or okay, it's also coming across as if their body is in a hurry. Four of Swords and the Six of Swords. Yeah, they're not near you. That's their biggest problem. Their biggest obstacle is the fact that they're not near you. Three of Swords. This is a lot of swords. Three of Swords, Four of Swords, Six of Swords. With the Five of Wands, this is almost as if there could be an energy around Aquarius that doesn't like the fact that they have to remote view you. They don't have the option of being in front of you. There's a reason for that. We'll get into that shortly because, of course, the Aquarians, their energy might be bringing up something from within this person that they need to work on. Let's find out more. I'm going to use the Talisman Oracle. Yep. Let's get one card for this restriction within the body. It feels restricted, almost as if they feel confined or not able to move in a direction quickly. They want to, but there's something that's holding them back. Let's find out what. Cut ties. That's very similar to the Two of Swords, so they might not have access. But there's always a reason for the cut ties card to come out, especially with the Five of Wands. This person could have positioned themselves as someone who thought that they were leading the pack. I'm getting wolves. That's for someone. Sorry. The grounding card. Yeah. With the Four of Swords, they were released from the Aquarian's view or released from the Aquarian's circle or released from their life. There's always a reason. We'll dive in soon. And that's what I love about the Talisman Oracle. It will bring out the shadowy side, the things that someone will not say, but their energy clearly says it. This could be someone around you, cast away negativity that you've cut out, you've had to cut out, you've had to release, or you've had to let go of, especially with the Six of Swords. You've had to let them go or release their energy. They might be overwhelming energetically to an Aquarius, because this gives me the impression that this individual's energy was too much, meaning there was too much insecurity, or there was too much questioning of oneself, or pessimism, or just the inability to change, like the resistance that comes with your inability to make movements in your life or move out of a negative space. This is probably the reason why they got cut out, because Aquarians are repelled by insecurities. It comes across as like a repellent. If you know what that means, you know who this is, because it's going to be different for every Aquarians. So if this is like pulling at your heartstrings, then you already know who this is. I don't have to pull it out. The energy doesn't have to pull it out. It's already there. So I think that what this individual or these energies are representing, and the reason why I say that is because there's dancers here. I think that what the information that's around you is saying is that something is uncomfortable. They might be uncomfortable with being only able to remotely view you. So someone could be just sitting in the background watching social media and just sitting in regret. The Destiny card is on the bottom, so this needs to be revisited. So for the cross watcher, because this could be someone who's listening for what's going on in the lives of an Aquarius, or someone who has Aquarius highly aspected. So if you're listening, what Spirit is saying for the cross watcher is learn how to regulate your emotions to a point where you don't repel the Aquarius from your energy, because once an Aquarius is turned off, that switch doesn't exist anymore. I think that this energy who's remote viewing, if this is you, Spirit is asking you to revisit the way that you feel about yourself. Revisit the way that you handle conflict. Revisit the way that you assimilate into change. And revisit the way that you view discomfort or trials and tribulations. Revisit that, because that's the reason why you're no longer in this Aquarian's life, because you have a hard time with pivoting. You could be a very calculated person, but when it comes to your emotions, you don't have the ability to transmute or change or transition from one emotion to the next. And the Aquarians can do this very well. If you know, you know. So this is someone who's the polar opposite, for sure. What is the Page of Swords and the Five of Cups? Because they're viewing the Aquarians for a reason. Let's find out what that's about. They could like what they see. It could, you know, the Aquarians could be in real life. They could be looking at them in the flesh, but not saying anything, meaning they don't have a close connection. Seven of Swords. So, of course, this person in this energy that is putting out this pessimism has the tendency to be deceptive, or, like I say, calculated in the way that they move or communicate. But this is a turnoff to the Aquarians. So if you come across as condescending, deception, trickery, if you come across like that, the Aquarians won't deal with you at all. It's not a switch that you can just turn back on. The switch doesn't exist anymore. So it's almost as if this energy is having a very complex time adjusting to the fact that they are no longer in the Aquarian's life. It's giving them like a, ooh, that's for someone, but I heard heart palpitations. If that is you, baby, you need to regulate your emotions, because that is something that you need to change, and only you can change. And it seems like that's your biggest problem. Five of Swords. I can't make it up. Betrayal and win at all costs. So yeah, this is deeply upsetting you. Tap in. Tap in. You need to ask for forgiveness and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for allowing another person to take you to this place in the first place. That's for someone. So if you're cross-watching to figure out what's going on in the lives of an Aquarius, or trying to have some sort of remote view, this is for you. And specifically, this is for you if you have not expressed yourself. Four of Swords, rest, contemplation, and passivity. Again, this is the second time. So now we have the Four of Swords twice, Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Six of Swords. So you're having, with the Page of Swords, a hard time letting your thoughts be known. But it's causing you to repress an emotion that you need to actually work on. You don't know how to regulate your own emotions. That's for someone. And this entire message is here for someone who might be watching an Aquarius do just that. But in doing that, they are repelled from anything or anyone who likes to maintain this in their auric field. You think that you might be able to hide it. You are not. The Eight of Cups is on the bottom. Disillusioned, abandonment, and withdrawal. So you're having some sort of PTSD reaction to not having the Aquarius in your life. Start with the root cause of why you arrived there, or why you were extracted from the equation to begin with, in terms of energetic. So think of it this way, and people do this every single day of their life, and they don't think of it as the same energetic exchange. So let's just say that, and this is the wisdom that I've been guided to pass along, let's just say that you have a banking institution, and that banking institution has pretty much been consistent over the last 25 years. You've had services or an account with them. But all of a sudden, when you start to struggle, the bank is your problem. Or when you start to not have the funds and they start charging you the fees that have always existed, you decide that the bank is your problem. Not you, but the bank. So since now the bank is your problem, you get really agitated with the bank, and you say, you know what, I can't fool with them no more. And it's really because you're not doing the work to make sure that your account was the way it used to be, or the way it's always been, or the way it should be, because there's an agreement or there's rules involved. So you get upset because you can't manipulate the system, or be forgiven for things that you can control. That is the exact same energy when you're dealing with an Aquarius. Aquarians can see clearly through something and just wait for the opportunity for that to be healed on its own, with the hope and the prayer that the energy could be put there by that person, place, or thing. So instead of the Aquarians blaming the bank, they put the work into themselves. Well, how can I get better so that I can manage my finances, so that I don't have to incur these fees at all, and my relationship with the bank stays clear? The Aquarians are always looking for the work that needs to be done in order to get to the solution. But it seems as if the energy that is destined to land here on my channel at this time is struggling with the fact that you have to do the work. The Aquarians can't do it for you. The bank can't do it for you. No one can do the work for you. And that is where the resistance is coming from. But it's being projected virtually as you watch, or as you think about, or as you tend to allow things to come out of your mouth, because there's a lot of words here, but there's not a lot of actions. So Spirit is saying that is not something that is going to take you to the next level. If you sit with yourself, with your emotions, you'll be able to discover exactly why you feel that way, rather than projecting your emotions on the bank, or projecting your emotions on whoever is on the opposite end of your thoughts and the negativity that's being released from your aura. You might not even know it's there, but it's here, so it's in the air around you. Take a look at how you can heal it, because that is the turning point. So let's get a spirit animal oracle for the collective once they turn it around, because there's work that needs to be done. Wow. They don't make it any easier. So the bee with community and the good luck, the ladybug. This is how beautiful it is once the work has been done. Once you've decided it's not the bank's fault, it's mine. I can do this work. I can change. I can find a new pathway. I can be receptive to new ways of being and seeing things, rather than saying that this is the problem. I can do the work. So that is for any Aquarian, anyone who's in Aquarian energy, or all the cross watchers that love to know what's going on. This is the work that needs to be done. So if that presented a thread or a pain point within you, start there. Go back to the journal. Go back to the point in which you can start to heal it. And the only reason why I'm actually doing in the Aquarius reading is because the reading before this one, the Star card came out. And it came out in a way that lets me know that there's something that's going on in the background. Because before there's the limelight, there's the darkness. So you have to go through it. And that's perfectly okay, because that's the only way you're going to get on the other side. The only way you're going to build community. The only way you're going to get into lighter energy is if you take responsibility for how you got there and how you can fix it. And that's solely up to you. So even if you are an Aquarian, you know where that work needs to be done. As a work in progress, you know exactly where the work needs to be done. Start there. Start there. Take care.